And American television's biggest award show will take place on Monday afternoon, New Zealand time. Joining me now to talk about the Emmys is Steve Newell. How are you, Steve?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
I'm not ready to party just as hard as Hollywood is on a Monday afternoon, though, I've got to say.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, maybe there'll be some good news at 4 and suddenly you'll rally.
Hey, who knows?
Hey, tell me, is this gonna be a show worth watching? What kind of show is it going to be?
Well, it's hosted this year by Cedric the Entertainer. He's promising that it's going to be a bit of an intimate show. There's still going to be some nominees and guests there, but not quite the full-blown experience. So, yes, it's sort of not that OTT awards show. And what also may put viewers off a little bit is that he's also saying that it's not going to be cynical and mean-spirited. So if you're expecting Ricky Gervais to get you through a whole lot of awards, this is not the show for you. However, it's a really great opportunity to take stock of the last year, or really a year in TV. It's a little bit affected by the pandemic. There's some notable shows missing before we get to the big list of awards. The things that you won't see there just because of the eligibility window. There's no Succession or Ozark, Stranger Things, Better Call Saul, Killing Eve, etc. Just because they didn't have episodes out in the nomination window. Thanks, COVID-19. But looking back, you'll see a lot of familiar shows. Leading the awards this year is The Crown and The Mandalorian with 24 nominations apiece. The Crown is in some categories that it's got really good chances for. Best Drama Series, Lead Actress and Supporting Actress. Although, even though it didn't quite get as many nominations, probably the big story this year of the Emmys is Ted Lasso, Apple TV Plus's fantastic comedy series. I came to this quite late and I found it a real comfort show, getting into it a few months ago. Season 2 of it's airing on Apple TV now. But Ted Lasso's 20 nominations sets a record for the most noms that a show in its first season has received. Best Comedy Series and Best Lead Actor for Jason Sudeikis are probably a lock for this. But just showing the depth of the show, 4 of its actors are competing in the Best Supporting Actor for Comedy category. The show's just stacked with great talent. Other people who you can expect to see pick up an award very likely win for the recently departed Michael K. Williams. He's nominated for Best Supporting Actor in Lovecraft Country. That show recently cancelled but picked up a bunch of nominations. Unsure if it's going to win anything, but Michael K. Williams' performance is fantastic. So I think even before the news of his death a week or two ago, that was a very likely win for him.
I was expecting to see The Queen's Gambit on the list of nominees. Is it in there?
Yeah, it's in there, and probably the category that just the way they kind of ring fence off the shows. You know, there's like the best dramas are competing with one another, best comedy are competing with one another, and the area where you'll see Queen's Gambit nominations is in best limited or anthology series.
Oh, okay.
This is probably where the kind of most prestige TV sits. So competing in the series category of that sort of subsection is I May Destroy You, Mayor of Easttown, The Queen's Gambit, Underground Railroad, and WandaVision. So this is very much your, 6 to 12 episode season shows that are kind of a one and done. And that's really your kind of prestige TV category. And so, as you'd expect, the leads of those shows will be duking it out for awards. I think that as far as Best Actress goes, it'll be a scrap between Michaela Cole from I May Destroy You and Kate Winslet from Mayor of Easttown, both of whom delivered outstanding performances. But like you, huge fan of Queen's Gambit, that's not going to go home empty-handed, I would imagine.
I mean, the thing is, the best thing about the Emmys is it's a great list of television that if you're looking for something to watch at the moment, that's the best reason to go through the list of nominees, because it's been a pretty good year of TV.
Yeah, absolutely. So go back and check out some things. Normally with award shows, just the way the calendar works for us is there'd normally be a bunch of, at the Oscars, for instance, there'd be a bunch of films that would have yet to release in New Zealand, so things to look forward to. Not so much of that in the Emmys just because of the way the sort of timing works, but there is one show to keep an eye out for This is a comedy series called Hacks. It stars Jean Smart. You'd recognise her as she plays Kate Winslet's mother in Mayor of Easttown, and she's nominated for that performance. But Hacks sees her take the lead in a comedy series as a stand-up comedy performer who's spent years doing a very safe, kind of beloved Vegas residency, who sharpens up, I guess, like adds some more edge to her act by taking on a younger co-writer. Not sure when this is going to air in New Zealand, but it screens in HBO Max in the States, who have recently had a deal with Sky, and Neon announced that they'll be taking more HBO Max products. So keep an eye out for Hacks. I think of everything that's nominated for the Emmys on Monday. That's the kind of most significant show we haven't seen here yet.
Brilliant. So if you want to watch the Emmys tomorrow, how do we do that?
So the Emmys is going to be screening from midday. You can see that on Vibe, which is Sky Channel 6, or Sky Go. I think there's some red carpet action, and then the ceremony gets underway not too long after midday.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Steve. Good to talk to you. Catch up next week.